Hi there, it's Shell, and we're going to go ahead today, and I'm going to work on the cover. Now, I was going to put it off for a week, but some of you are having like anxiety on how I'm going to finish this cover. You know who you are. So I thought, and besides, I do want to see if it's going to work out the way I'm envisioning. So we're going to work on this. I think the reason it kind of slid right here was because I didn't put maybe gesso here, so it might have kind of been just on the cover itself. I'm trying to decide maybe if I should go ahead and put some gesso. So let me go get my gesso again, and I will be right back. Sorry about that. I wanted to just I was thinking maybe I need to just do another coat of gesso. So I do have my heat gun out, and I thought I would dry as we go, so we're not having to wait. See, look at that, it's just coming up. I'm going to see if the gesso works. If not, I will move to a sand block or something. I thought about sanding it, and then I kind of didn't want to because I thought, well, it's going to be really messy. But I need to do whatever's going to work. So hopefully you guys can learn from my mistake, because I'm sure I'll have them. Okay, so I'm just gonna see how this goes. It seems to be doing pretty well where I got the gesso. I must have just missed a couple of places maybe. So I am just going to dry it, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys when I dry, but I'll edit it so you guys don't have to listen to it. Okay, and so what I'm using is just my heat gun, and this is used for embossing, and I will put a link below on Amazon where you can pick this up. If you're just doing something like this, you could just use a hair dryer. So I'm just gonna hopefully I got most of it. And I want to show you something though. But when you get too close for too long, you'll get like bubbling or something like that. That's not going to bother me, but you just want to be cautious when you're doing that. So I'm just going to wipe off my thing, and we're going to go directly to the paint, and hopefully it'll work. Like I said, if it doesn't work, I have to approach this in a different way. I want to use this territorial beige, and I'm just using this small type of paintbrush because that's really all I have. I do have a couple larger ones, but I'm not sure where they are. Sorry, it's kind of goopy. See if I can do this without too much of a mess.
Get it on my table, woman.
I got it covered. So I think it might work. I mean, there's some, look at that, it's still but it might be wet. We're just gonna go with it. I mean, like I said, I saw Diane Shaw, and somebody mentioned that she may have, well, they said that she saw her use a sanding block or sandpaper, and I had thought of that, but the one I saw, or the two of hers I saw, she just put gesso, and I was really hoping that would work. And it seems to. And I mean, we are going to put something on this. This is kind of the color I wanted to use as my background. So, because it kind of matches that paper that I picked out, the other day. So let's just see what we can see. If your paint kind of freezes or something, you'll get those blobs in there a lot. So I think mine got too cold or something. And we're just going to kind of play and see what we can do. And, you know, like I said, she painted it, and it was absolutely beautiful when she was done. You know, when you're kind of messing around with it, and you know, again, it's one of those steps like, oh no, this is not going to work out. But it's just kind of one of those you kind of keep messing with, and eventually it will work out. That's what I'm hoping anyways. Uh-oh, got some on the table. Just kidding. If you guys don't know, I am working on my husband's antique table. But, I mean, I have it well protected. Oops. I think.
I also don't know your clothes.
Well, I am a klutz, so very possible I could have an issue. Good thing is this is water-soluble paint, so if I need to, I can wash it off. Just saying. So, I don't know, I think it might work. And my thought is to maybe like put Mod Podge or something over it when we're done, so that, you know, it kind of seals everything, and maybe we'll like keep it from peeling and stuff. And I mean, I'm gonna use other materials, which I'll tell you guys about soon, you know. I don't want to give away all my secrets to start with. But you guys are really cracking me up with this. So, this one lady talks to herself as much as I do, and you know who I'm talking about. And she's talking to herself, and yeah, just having fun, thinking, oh no, what's Michelle gonna do next? Oh, I just love you guys. Oh. You always make me laugh. So yeah, this is pretty dark, but I think when we're done, it will turn out lighter. I didn't really want it, you know, like this dark, but I think it'll be okay. So, because, I'll show you in a minute. I might put lace or something on the cover or on the spine. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to go ahead and paint it. You know, and it doesn't have to be, you know, 100% perfect. You could come back and, you know, do several coats. You know, as they say, you do you. If you're not happy with it, then by all means, you know, keep messing with it until you're happy. Okay, so we're going to dry this. Okay, so it's pretty dry. It kind of has an interesting color. I don't know, is it freaking you guys out? I don't know.
Colors.
It's like all different shades of brown.
Oh, I think that might be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, I think we're going to step on to our next process. I'm going to let this dry for just a few more minutes, go get the rest of what I was thinking I wanted to use, and I will be right back. Okay, so it's pretty dry. I think good enough. I went ahead and got some Mod Podge, and this is just a matte Mod Podge. And my thought is just to use some napkins and do some decoupaging. So we're going to kind of mess with that. see what we can come up with. And see if it'll work. You know, I mean, this could be a total bust. And I have to cover it with fabric or something. You never know. But what I'm thinking is the Mod Podge, maybe it will kind of seal the paint. And anyways, we're going to try it and see what we can do. But that's kind of what I'm thinking, is that it hopefully will seal the paint. I'm kind of still working towards those colors that we had, so it's kind of brown and pink. Now you want to remove all of your white pieces. I keep these because sometimes I use them to tamp down my napkin. And you know, or just as, you know what I mean. I just keep them sometimes. Okay, so what I thought about doing is maybe putting like this napkin here, and then maybe, I kind of like, you know, that look. And yeah, it's really splotchy looking, but I don't think that's really going to bother me that much when I put my napkin down, because all napkins are going to have, you know, some kind of colored background. Like this one has kind of like a tan, and I'm just ripping it. If I would have thought to get some water, I could have, you know, put some water down, and it would have easily ripped it just by wetting your, no, I'm good, wetting your paintbrush, and then just kind of going along where you wanted to rip it. I think that works just fine. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put that on, and we're just going to kind of play, and hopefully we'll come up with an idea. But I'm hoping this Mod Podge will kind of seal the paint so that, you know, when we're done, the paint won't peel off or anything like that. So that's kind of what I'm hoping with this Mod Podge. And again, I will have everything I use, if I remember, in the in my link, or the link below. So again, I'm not too worried about the spine because I just haven't decided what I am going to do there. So I'm just going to kind of line this up, and then, like I said, I kind of like to use my, you know, the piece that I would normally throw away, and kind of use that. It's a little bit smoother, and, you know, instead of, it's not as rough as like using your fingers. And if it wrinkles up and stuff, I'm not worried about that, because you know, I like that look, and I just don't worry too much about things. I try not to anyways. Okay, so I didn't get up high enough, so. I just want to make sure that that is glued down nicely. And now I'm just going to do another layer on top of this one. And I might use too much Mod Podge, but, you know, I just want to make sure that it's going to, I know some people don't use a lot, but I don't know if I am overkill or not. But I don't want it to move. You guys know how I am by now if you've been with me for any amount of time. Oh, so I'm kind of tired today. My friend wrote this morning. She lives just up the road, like a mile or so, a couple miles. And her mother fell, and her mother's like in her 80s. And I had something that they kind of commissioned me to make for her. So I told her, you know, maybe if I brought it up, I was thinking, well, maybe that would cheer her up and stuff, because she's home. And, but man, so I went to visit them, and she's really busted up, poor thing. She's fallen a few times, and she really just has a black eye, and you know, she's on oxygen and stuff. And she said she got up and she turned around and remembered something, and I guess did a quick turnaround and really and just hit the floor. She said that she hit the windowsill with her left eye, pretty much. I mean, like, you couldn't really see her left eye because it was so shut. So it was just, you know, she's at a bad stage in life, but she is doing some embroidery and stuff, so I got to visit with her, and she's really alert and stuff. I think she's having a harder time breathing than she has, you know, in the past. So I know her, you know, her daughter's one of my best friends, and so I treat her mom kind of like my mom, except I don't get up there to visit her very much. But I made a point today, and I gave up my nap for it. I'm a napper, guys, so, you know, we get up so early, and I was up at 4 this morning, and, you know, I don't have to get up that early, I just do. So, and then I'm going to try to kind of make sure that this kind of lines up with that one. Oops, I already broke it. I already ripped it. And you just want to be really gentle when you're playing with napkins. But, I mean, already I am loving this. So, we're going to kind of play, and hopefully it will all work out. So, but I tell you, you guys are so nice, and about my rambling, I really appreciate you guys. One of my friends says, "No, I love to listen to your rambling because nobody rambles like you do." I'm like, thanks. But I was laughing, so, you know. So, like I said, you know, most things just don't bother me too much. Okay.
Trying to convince her to call it the Rambling Crafter.
Clint's in the background. He says he's trying to convince me to change my YouTube name to the Rambling Crafter. I don't know.
It has a flow to it, thing.
It does have a flow, doesn't it? There's probably already one out there.
Probably.
Oh, what I put up with, guys. So, I'm really liking that. I think that is really looking nice. So, you know, one thing I want to do is kind of put napkin, or at least Mod Podge, all over it. So, and I pulled some more different ones. This one has a bunch of little ones, and it's kind of like on a white background, which might be nice to kind of scatter throughout. Kind of reminds me of like the old wallpaper, you know, where they would have like a border or like a big part on the bottom, and then the smaller wallpaper would just have little bits and pieces all over it. I don't know. I'm going to just kind of play and see what we can come up with. But, you know, I had a nice visit with the mom and my friend, and I don't know, it just always is nice when you get together with friends. We actually became friends when they worked at the post office before I worked at the post office, and it's been like 6 or 8 years since I worked, probably 6 years since I worked at the post office. So we've been friends for a long, long time. Okay. And Clint stayed home. He was working on his tractor. You know, we have 3 acres, and we have an old, is that a Ford?
Mm-hmm.
An old Ford tractor, and he's been working on that and got some oil for it and stuff. Okay, so I had to step away. We had a little cat issue. And I went ahead and kind of did a few of these offline or off video. And I was thinking about like using this big one for maybe the center over here in the front. And I'm going to go ahead and tear that out and just kind of look at it. You know, I don't really have any rhyme or reason per se for this. I just want to have fun, and I want it to be something special that when I open, I feel good about. You know, that's kind of what my goal is. So that's what we're going to do. And, you know, now that I'm putting this on here, I'm really liking how the paint is not bothering me near as much. You know, it kind of looked like a big mess. But, you know, like I said, that's what a lot of crafts do. You know, you're kind of like, oh, I don't know if that's going to work, and, you know, things like that. So you just don't know. I think I need a few more of these. Right now I am just kind of putting them all over the place just to kind of see how much I want in these. I hope you guys are liking this and you're not disappointed at how it's coming out, but I really think it's turning out kind of cute. Guess that's all that matters, but you know, I want you guys to be inspired by what I'm doing. Okay, so when I'm cutting, you know, tearing them out, I am trying not to do too much white because I know when I put them down, they're most likely, I will see a little bit of that white because it is on a brown kind of backdrop. So if I feel like there's too much white here or there, then I'm going to go ahead and remove it and kind of just see what I can see, you know. And then, you know, I do have an idea of just a few other things I'm going to put on the back or on the cover before it's totally complete. And I'm hoping to get that finished today, you know, if we don't have a huge time, you know, allowance. Because I'm trying to stay right around an hour. And what I do is when I'm recording, you know, and like I have to step away or something, it actually turns my camera off. And so when I come back, what it does is make another whole video. So sometimes I don't keep up with, you know, what kind of time I'm doing. So this is me just kind of figuring it out in my head. That's why I've been off the last couple of times. So, but yeah, we have a few jobs to do tomorrow, I think, just not too far away, just in town, right?
Yep.
Yep. Hopefully. You never know, because, you know, when you, well, yeah, especially when it's Monday, but when you are self-employed and this time of year, you know, what we do is we locate. So a lot of times this time of year there'll be frozen pipes or water leaks, and you know, we could just go crazy with driving, you know. But and that being a Monday, sometimes you just have no idea what the week's gonna hold, and it's supposed to be pretty weak for a few more days before like the next storm comes in. So I'm not making any promises.
Sure it is. The more they want to do.
Yep. The what? Nicer?
Yep.
Oh yeah. I think everyone gets spring fever. You know, I know we did. In fact, we went out earlier and I know I'm rambling. And cleaned up the yard a little bit. You know, so we could kind of clean up anything that's accumulated that we just needed to toss and rearrange and stuff like that. So I understand, you know, people are wanting to dig because it is so pretty out. I mean, it feels like spring, you know. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them all over, and hopefully I'll like it when it's done. We'll see. I kind of have them laid out-ish. One thing I'm doing is I'm just trying to make sure, let's put this one here. I'm just trying to make sure that I put Mod Podge all over. You know, even if it's not where I wanted it or something. So, I don't know, what do you guys think? I think it's going to look okay though, because that's going to dry pretty nice. Try not to have the same issue I had a while ago, so we're going to try it and see. Okay, like this. So thank you all to my new subscribers. I mean, you guys are just blowing me away. I've had so many new subscribers just this weekend, and I really appreciate you guys, you know, choosing to subscribe to my channel. Because I know a lot of people, you know, you can watch anyone, but if you choose to watch me, I really appreciate it. And I hope I'm teaching you something. Even if it's just to laugh at yourself. You know, not be so serious, you know. So, I think it's working okay. I know I keep saying that, but I'm kind of like second guessing myself and stuff like that, and I just want it to look pretty when I'm done. These napkins, I know probably somebody will ask. I was in a napkin swap, and I got tons of napkins. So, if you go and join like Junk Journal Junkies, and you can be in some swaps, and so I go there and join some of the swaps, and we traded out tons of napkins, and I got some beautiful ones. I mean, very pretty.
Well, we're limited.
Yeah, here we're very limited, and I know I've mentioned that before, because, you know, we have a Safeway, which is a grocery store. We have a Dollar Tree, and I have found some things at the Dollar Tree, and I think I put those way too close together. And we have Walmart, which I don't go to Walmart just because I don't. And so, you know, we have the thrift stores, and we have another grocery store, which is where we typically buy our groceries because we get money off on gas. So here, it's really hard to find, you know, anything special. And so it's nice to be involved in swaps and stuff like that. And, you know, our closest place, like Hobby Lobby, is 2.5 hours or so away. So I don't get down there too often, though we do occasionally have work down there. And of course, if we're going for work, you know, I may as well play a little bit. Okay, trying to see if I kind of put some things way too close, huh? That's okay. Live and learn. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm not going to go over them too much because they're starting to kind of lift up and kind of wrinkle and stuff. So I'm just going to leave that part to dry, and we're going to work on the front cover, and I'll have to tear out some more roses, but that's okay. So I just need to see, let me put these over here, how I want my roses. It kind of looks to me like it should be kind of up and down like that. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to just leave them like that. Make sure there's not too much white showing, and I think they're pretty good. And then I'll dry these. Like I said, I'm going to try to get most of this in one video. I'm not sure I'll make it, but we're going to give it a try. down. But I'm really loving this part right here. I think that is so pretty. Okay. Actually, I think what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and put roses on here. And then I think, well, let's see what time it is. I might finish up in tomorrow's video. But yeah, it's been a really nice day today. It was, you know, we don't really go to church anymore because my husband hurts so bad, and he has fibromyalgia, and then he has like a broken vertebrae in his back, and it's a birth defect, and it's slowly paralyzing him. So we kind of, you know, we don't attend church. And yeah, I was raised in church. You know, we were there every time the doors were open. And I do miss going, and I miss the communication, the visiting with, you know, other believers and stuff, because my grandfather was a Baptist preacher. And, you know, I was saved at a very young age. But I do miss going. But, you know, sometimes you just can't. On to happier subjects. So I walked into my friend's house, and she gave me a big hug, and then she said something about me being a weirdo. And I just started laughing. I'm like, you know, this is what I miss, because, you know, I don't see her very often, but and she's the biggest weirdo of us all. I don't know what she's talking about. She said she only calls people she loves weirdos. So there's only like 4 of us that she does that to. But, you know, she always makes me laugh. And she says I always make her laugh too, so I guess we're even. Okay. Okay, let's see. I think that looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and put this together. Again, I am just making sure that like every little piece is covered with Mod Podge, just because I want to kind of give it a sealant and hope that that will seal it enough, you know. So okay, so I have one here, and it looks like I still have one here that I could use. So I think it turned out pretty well. Let's look at the spine and just see. Put that one there. I think I'm still going to leave that kind of empty. Let me look and just see if there's anything else that comes to mind, you know, that I want to put on there. That's too thin. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave the spine kind of blank, and like I said, I can come back maybe with some lace or something and cover that. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and let this dry. I'm going to check my time, and then if we have time, we'll continue through after this is dried. If not, I will do a video for tomorrow. So just in case, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for all of your sweet comments. Be sure and hit that subscribe button and follow along with us if you haven't already. I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.